Welcome to Rock Your Talk with Leisa Reid. I am so excited to introduce you to my next guest. We are going to learn about how to look your best on Zoom, and Susie Stojanovski is here to share some really cool tips. Hello, Susie.
Hi, Lisa.
I am so excited to hear what she has to say. So, a couple of things prior to us getting started and hearing about what's the tips Susie's going to share with us. I'm the founder of Get Speaking Gigs Now. I help speakers learn how to get booked, stay booked, and attract their ideal clients through speaking. You can get a couple of free gifts on GetSpeakingGigsNow.com. There's a bunch of resources there for you as well. I also work with productive learning as a trainer, and we help people really uncover the thoughts that are no longer serving you. So you may notice that you know exactly what to do to solve a problem or to achieve your goal, but you're not doing it. That means we need to start looking at some of the mindset behind your actions or inactions. And you can do that. I have a free course that I can offer you at productivelearning.com/gift. And that is a new course called New Thinking for New Actions. Very powerful stuff. So if you're finding that you're struggling a little bit and not making the progress that you want, go ahead and grab that course and you'll be on your way. And now let's turn our attention to our beautiful guest, Susie Stojanovski. She's going to be sharing with us. Well, before we even share the tips on how to look best on Zoom, Susie, share a little bit about you. Like, what kind of magic are you putting out in the world?
Thanks, Lisa. Well, my name is Susie Stojanovski, and I'm a Mary Kay Senior Sales Director, and I've been building my Mary Kay business now for 27 and a half years. That's a long time, I know. Mary Kay's company has been around for 57 years. And I think what I enjoy most about my business is helping women and men feel good and look good. And I always my thought is if you look good on the outside, then you feel good on the inside, right? Like ladies, if you have a bad hair day and you're just like kind of miserable, well, that shows on the outside, right? So if your hair is looking good, your makeup's looking good, you're wearing an outfit that makes you feel good, then all around you're going to be feeling good and you're going to be a happy camper, better wife, better mom, better coworker, and so on. So I really enjoy helping women look and feel their best. And I also mentor a team of women. I have a unit that I work with, and I teach them how to love on other people and fill their needs and helping other women look good too. So that's a little bit about me. I'm married. I have one daughter, two grandkids, and the sweetest little puppy that you'd ever want to see. But Lisa, I know you have the sweetest one too. So kind of a toss up.
We're in a tie for the cutest dogs ever. I would
Yeah.
love to have a play date one day. Yeah, and it's funny because I've known you. Well, my daughter's 17, and I think I've known you. Well, I don't know if it was exactly 17 years, but
Right
probably
around,
about that long.
yeah, right around there, 17, 18, something like that.
And we both look as young as we did then because of the products that we use, right?
There you go. Exactly.
I'll share more on that, on my own experience in a moment, but I know you have some tips on how to look best on Zoom, which I think we're all on Zoom now, right? Like who's
Right.
not on Zoom? Nobody. So what is your first tip? You're this expert in, makeup and cosmetics and skincare and really just presenting yourself. What would you want to offer us the first tip?
Well, tip number one is be put together. And I think that involves your hair, your makeup, your clothing, and your space that you're working in. I've been on Zoom and I've seen lots of different people in different occupations and so forth. And some are really nailing it. They have their background with their business name and they're dressed appropriately for the business that they're representing. And then I've seen others where they have kids and dogs and papers everywhere and messes and bad lighting and you can't see their face and they're not dressed appropriately and maybe they're not wearing makeup or their hair's all disheveled. So there's the two differences in how you can see
Yeah,
yourself
I
on
think
Zoom, right?
I think people forget that you're still, even though you're home, and of course we're more, we have more leeway in, if a child or dog runs through the room or whatever. But like I was on something earlier today, and a person was the sponsor, and you could tell it was like he's, on his bed. And well, I thought, okay, I guess that could work. But um it just was really, really casual for what he was offering and being the sponsor versus all the other participants had their video off because by design. And so I just thought, oh, if I was sponsoring an event, I would probably up my game a little bit. And so I can really relate to what you're saying. Or sometimes people just look like they kind of just rolled out of bed. So you may have actually just rolled out of bed, but you don't want everyone to know that you just rolled out of bed, right?
Exactly, exactly. And that's a good point what you just mentioned. If you did get up late or for some reason you've had some catastrophes around your household and you can't look your best, then go ahead and just put your picture on if you're not the host of the show and let people see a professional picture of you. It's better than seeing someone that's all disheveled.
Right.
And
Yeah, I agree. It's like we can't help but make judgments, right? Just because our mind is like, oh, you're kind of thinking, oh wow, I wonder, hopefully everything's okay. And then in a business setting, you want to make sure someone is, organized and is reliable. So if as much as we'd hope that we're not judging, we can't help but judge, and make some opinions, even if you know, if we have no other information to go on.
exactly. And that's exactly the point. We have no other information to go on. And I know that Mary Kay, when she was allowed, she always taught us we only have one chance to make a first impression. And so why not make that first impression the best that you can make it? And again, Lisa, going back to what you said, we do have dogs and cats and kids and different things that happen in our household. And not all of them are controllable. I mean, something sometimes just happens. And I think people are getting more and more used to that on Zoom because it just happens. You can only have so much control of situations, but you do have some control of your appearance. And I believe that, have your hair groomed, and women, if you don't normally wear makeup, but now you're on Zoom and people are really seeing your face, and it's a good idea to meet with someone, and I'd be happy to meet with you to have a skincare and makeup lesson. You want your skin to look good and healthy, and you want your makeup to look professional, not overdone, but definitely not underdone. Just enhance your own beauty and, let people see your beautiful eyes and your beautiful smile just by wearing some lipstick. And Lisa, I remember quite a few years ago when you first started your speakers bureau, I remember going and one lady speaking, and she mentioned how important it is to wear lipstick. And she was a trainer of training people how to speak in public as well. And she said, it's really important, even for men, they should have a gloss on or something, because people are looking at your eyes and your lips. And so you want them, especially if they have to read your lips, if they're hard of hearing or something, they want to be able to see them. So that always stood out to me too, Lisa. And when I train people on how to wear makeup and so forth, I bring in that conversation that the woman spoke at your events. And I can't remember her name, but
I don't know either, but yeah, good idea. Yeah, I get a lot
yes.
of compliments on my red lipstick, which is Mary Kay lipstick. And I wear it on nearly every Zoom call. And I've always been a fan of red lipstick. I know some people think maybe it's a little too bold. So obviously you got to go with your personality, but I really enjoy it because it's a little bit matte. I know we're getting a little off topic here, but it's like matte, but not dry. And I like
Okay.
that. And it lasts all day. And I love that.
Mhm.
So
Awesome. And it looks great on you. You have a great smile and it looks great on you.
thank you. What's your
You're welcome.
second tip, my
So
friend?
my second tip would be your background. So I kind of encompass everything in my first tip, but I would say my first tip is grooming, hair, makeup, skin, and the clothing that you're wearing to represent your business. And tip number two, I think, would be the setting in which you're in. So if you're in your office, I've seen people in all rooms, like you said, Lisa. Some people are sitting on the edge of their bed, some people are in their garage. They're just trying to make do with what they have. So
Totally.
depending on what you have, you might have a huge house, you might live in a little tiny apartment, but do the best with what you have. And if your background isn't the best, and if you know you're going to be on Zoom for a while, I would recommend investing in a $100 room divider. You can order on Amazon or furniture stores, or maybe even look on Nextdoor or something, and find a room divider to put in back of you so people don't see clutter or toys or your bed, for that matter. and just have a professional looking background. My background, as you can see, is I'm in my office and those are products on my shelf. And I also have other displays that I can put back there for different things if I choose to.
And
Some
I see
people,
you have some awards there. What are those awards?
oh, the awards are, well, one is when I became a sales director 26 years ago, and Mary Kay used to give us a plaque. And then the other one is from when I led my unit to the $300,000 unit club, and I got that plaque and $1,000. It was
Wow.
great. Yeah,
Mary Kay gives really good prizes too, not just plaques, like diamond rings and
right.
earrings and
Oh, that I forgot. I also got $1,000 or a $300,000 bar pin too. It's all diamonds.
oh wow,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
So whenever
Yeah.
you lead your unit to 300,000 or more, you get a plaque and $1,000 and a bar pin representing what you've done.
Beautiful. Yeah, they know how to treat their people right.
I do lots of prizes. I never thought they were important until I started earning them.
Yes, yes. It's like you get so much applause.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with the background too. And I'll even add a tip in there. You can get a green screen, and which I know a lot of people know about now, but still a lot of people don't know about it. And you can have one where it actually stands up on its own, or you can have one that flips open and leans up against a wall. And that'll make that virtual background option on Zoom more
user friendly.
better, more better.
Yeah.
You can use the virtual background without a green screen, but then sometimes you'll notice that phantom type of thing that happen where your hand disappears. And so having the green screen gives it a little crisper look. And then you can brand like I'm doing here if you want. There's all kinds of fun things you can do with that. You don't want to be too distracting with that either. But again, I think which is what you're saying, Susie. It's like be mindful of what you've got going on. And
Right.
so even though I have this background here for these interviews, I use different backgrounds for different things depending on where I am, or I might just do the real background. So I shift it up depending on where I'm at.
Right. Right. And that's what I do too. Exactly.
And what's your third tip, my friend?
The third tip would be to notice how you're sitting, where you're sitting, make sure that people can see you. Look at the camera because I know it's really tempting, especially if you're on gallery view and you have a lot of people, you kind of want to see their expressions and you kind of want to look in their eyes. And I know I'm guilty of that many times, but I'm looking all over the screen. And if I'm the one that's conducting the training or whatever I might be doing, then I'm not looking into the camera. And so the people that are looking at me probably just see me with my eyes looking down. So I've been working on that myself, trying to look into the camera so it appears that I'm looking into people's eyes instead of looking all over the screen. So that would be my third tip. So just to review quickly, the first one is grooming for men and women. Have your hair fixed. For women, have your makeup on. If you don't know how to wear it, please reach out to me. I'm happy to give you a free session. And the second tip is having a conducive office to work in, a conducive space, making it conducive even if you only have a tiny space. And then the third tip is looking at the camera on Zoom and paying attention to what's going on so that your audience can best understand you and relate to you and see your eye contact with them.
Yes, I agree so much. And I am successful usually most of the time. I'll also give a couple of plugs for Mary Kay Cosmetics and skincare. I've been using off and on over the years, gosh, since I've been in college. And I absolutely love it. Like all my color cosmetics are Mary Kay, every single thing I'm using. So I get compliments on my eyeshadow all the time. And, as you can see, the great coverage without feeling like you're wearing too much makeup. I use all the products, but I don't wear a lot of makeup. You know what I mean? So it's like I try and go for that natural look, except for my red lips. I like to have that going on, but get lots of compliments. And I love that I have somebody that I can go to. Just, I can call Susie and say like, okay, I'm looking for a change, or here's my problem. This is what can you help me with? And she'll problem solve with me, and you walk me through whatever I need, and it's magically on my doorstep or in the mail, or we happen to live close by, but I know that if I live far away, you could just pop it in the mail to me. And I love that convenience. So I don't have to be at the I've gone to the makeup counter or the stores, and you think the color's going to be one way, and then you get it and it's not what you're expecting. And so I just really appreciate having that personal go-to instead of having to figure it out on my own.
Thanks, Lisa. Thanks.
And even
That's
applying
kind
it,
of
like
true.
I know lots of women who still don't know how to apply their eyeshadow, and I'm like, well, go to a Mary Kay skincare class. Like, I can introduce you to Susie, because that's what I still use. It's the same thing I learned 20 years ago, and you can still use it to this day. So
Still works. Yeah.
the eyes are still the eyes, right? Like, they
Right.
still work.
And that's another important tip. Your eyes really make a difference. So ladies, if you're not wearing any eye makeup, just step it up a little bit. Wear a little eye makeup so your eyes really stand out and shine. And then if you add a little lip color to that, it really helps your eyes pop. So lots of little tips that I'm happy to teach. And I do
Yeah.
offer virtual sessions each week on Thursday night, where I can book a personal appointment. Everything's free. I can mail or deliver products to you, however I can help you. I love to help women.
Yes. Now, if you purchase products, that isn't free, but you can learn how to. I'm just going to say,
Right.
gotta pay Susie for these awesome products. But the how do I do it? How often do I need a mask? What kind of mask should I use? What kind of colors or makeup or do you recommend? And teaching me how to do it, all that is your consult that you would do for free, which is
Exactly.
really
And I also deliver sample products or mail sample products if people want to participate in a spa facial or a color thing. I give them samples to actually try.
oh, that's really
They
great.
don't have to pay for that.
I know, I'm so used to doing it in person. It's so great that you've been able to really pivot with because we are on Zoom, so I still wear makeup all the time.
Right.
That hasn't gone away. Even though I'll wear my mask if I'm out. So in that sense, that's changed my lipstick a little bit more, because I just try to be really careful. But I wear it all day on Zoom.
Yeah.
And how do people get a hold of you? Like, let's say someone has a long lost consultant that they don't know where their consultant is. How can they find you?
You can find me through my website. It's marykay.com / my first initial and last name, which is Stojanovski. Or you can reach out to me by phone or text. And my cell phone number is 714-328-0045.
Excellent. And so we'll put that in the notes as well, in case you were driving or got caught up in something and couldn't jot that down. So I'll make sure and put that in there so you can grab that information. And I am so grateful that you were here today. Thank you for being on the show. For all of you out there, remember to be kind to yourself. Oh, and I forgot to ask Susie a question. I forgot to ask her. Susie, I always ask, because this show's called Rock Your Talk. Who is your favorite rock singer or rock band? Do you has someone?
Well, I don't know about rock, maybe kind of rock from the 70s. I love Chicago.
Yeah, sure.
That they were one of my favorites. So
Yes.
I'll go with Chicago.
Yes. I saw them at the fair. Was it 2019 maybe? It was recent. Like,
Was it? Oh, nice.
yeah, they were great. They were great. I love them too. They're wonderful.
Oh, great. All the instruments and stuff. It's a great
Yeah. It's kind of a jazzy,
jazzy
kind of
band. Yeah.
that fun jazz sound. Well, thanks for being on a show. Remember, everybody, be kind to yourself, be kind to somebody else today, and we'll see you on the next episode. Make sure to subscribe on our channel so you get all the tips from the experts that we have coming up on Rock Your Talk. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Lisa.